Hi, I'm Lars Bergstrom with Stokes and Associates. Today we're looking at Belle Meade, 2003 American Tug 34. We've looked at this boat before, but she's had some work done since we last saw her, including just been compounded, sealed, and waxed. She's shiny, good to go. Come with me, we'll go aboard and take a look at some of her better features. Start with at the bow, you've got an oversized anchor pulpit, nice powerful windlass, all up forward, easy to get to on the decks. This boat has a very plumb bow, leads to a longer water line, really adds to her speed and her fuel economy. You can see how shiny both the hull and the cabin top are. They did a really good job with her compounding. We board Belle Meade, easiest at the stern. I like the way they've done these built-in fender holders. Out of the way from stubbing your toe, easy to get to. From a floating dock, the easiest way to get aboard is just to step right onto the dive platform. This davit system here is a custom-made system that's really drawn a lot of attention. The way it's hinged, it acts like a lever. It doesn't require that much force to lift the dinghy up and down. The whole process can be done in minutes. And as it goes down, it goes away from the boat, so there's no trying to push the boat away. Really a great system that keeps the dinghy up high enough so you can still walk around the swim platform and you haven't lost the use of that. So you can still enter easily right through the walk-through door. Straight walk right into the cockpit. Very spacious cockpit, room enough for a couple chairs lounging. Storage in here. On boats that have gas ranges, this is where they put the propane locker, but this one's electric. And then storage in the lazarette. As with the rest of the boat, clean and like new looking inside. The gas shock keeps it from falling down on you. So shore power is located here. They've got smart plugs for the shore power, much preferred system over the old ones that were the yellow ones we're used to. So from here, there's two steps. I can easily go up onto the side decks, and though they're narrow, they've included the non-skid right out onto the tow rail. So I've got plenty of space for my feet. As I walk on forward, there's a handrail anywhere I might need one. And as we come forward, we've got a nice tall bow rail for added security and movement around here. Little cabin top's just the right size for comfortable seating. Its owner added some baskets for the fenders. Up on the pilot house, you'll note the location of the running lights. Up and out of the way, great for visibility. Out of the way, you won't be damaging these up here. And a nice remote control spotlight up there. The hatch you see here ventilates the forward cabin, and we've got a extra storage box that was built to hold all the items, lines and fenders and things you might need on deck. You can see now the size of this Tigress. This is 1200 watt windlass. You usually see these on much larger boats, so power won't be a problem with hauling up the anchor. All of the fittings, the bollards and everything overbuilt, solid and highly polished stainless steel. Again, plenty of room to walk around either way. And you can enter back down the other side. Here you've got the pilot house doors, which open fully, so when you have them left open, you can still walk by. You'll notice the extra dogs for heavy weather. Those can be anchored down heavily. And again, still plenty of handholds for me as I make my way back to the cockpit. Coming into the salon from the cockpit, it's all on one level. It's a rather spacious salon for a 34-foot boat. plenty of natural light, plenty of headroom. The beautiful cork floor is extremely durable, has stayed in like new shape for the life of the boat. The table goes up and down. It's spring-loaded. And the sofa pulls out and the back drops back and it makes a queen-size berth out here. You find plenty of storage space throughout the boat. On the starboard side is the galley, solid surface countertops, 2 large basins with a nice stainless fixture, UTV for good viewing from the salon. The stoves, 3-burner electric stove with an oven. Again, lots and lots of storage for a little boat in here. Now, unique thing in here, I don't know if you can see it here, but there's an extra filter here, and there's a whole household filtration system for the water, and the owners have reported drinking the tap water with no problem. The filtration system makes great water. Moving forward, you see we've got a new microwave oven. This was just replaced. RV size refrigerator freezer. And then going forward to the pilot house, we go up 3 steps. They've got nice courtesy lights built in. And they've utilized the sort of ornate smokestack as extra headroom going up. And it's got a wonderful little skylight in it here. The pilot house has plenty of room to move about. You've got doors on either side with solid waterproof locks and security locks. And they open right up to the outer decks. Plenty of seating on the benches for 2 adults and probably 2 adults and a child. There's a helm seat here. Slides forward and back. If I figure, there we go. So you can sit and reach the wheel. You've got full instrumentation here. The electronics, though slightly outdated, are in good working order. Radar separate from the chart plotter. You've got depth and speed and the autopilot there. VHF up top. All the windshield wipers work. You'll notice the motors exposed. They're easy to maintain if it comes to that. There's an air conditioner under each seat. A 16,000 BTU air conditioner does the pilot house and the forward cabin, and a 10,000 BTU air conditioner to cool the salon. Extra chart storage in here. Light switches are all easy throughout the boat. They're easy to get to. The distribution panel right here has all of your 12-volt supply, your AC, and your secondary AC. There's 2 30-amp AC inputs, and that's all easy to get to and yet still out of the way. Going down forward to the forward cabin, 3 steps down, we have a larger than full-size island bed, full walk-around capability. Lots of storage all around. And then we've got a hanging locker on each side of the boat, the larger hanging locker to port. The carpet's in excellent shape. The cabin sole in the head, all of the wood trim is got no blemishes, all in good shape. The head has a separate shower, which is a decent, this is like a full-size shower. I mean, a big man can shower in here. So another surprise for such a boat. Nice little counter and vacuum flush head. One of the nice things about this, the hatch here exposes the holding tank, the pump, everything is right there. The owner did just replace all the septic hoses, but because everything's so centrally located, that wasn't a huge feat. He was able to do that himself. As we go back out of here, I'm going to pull up the other cupboards and show you just how clean She is below the cabin sole. The engine room is easily accessible from the pilot house. There are 2 trap doors in the floor, each with their own ladder, so you can easily get at either side of the engine. As you can see, I don't mind going into this clean engine room in my jacket and nice shoes. It's really, really clean. So there's plenty of room for a full-size man to come in, sit down. Seating, I have plenty of headroom. I'm not slouched over. Here we've got our 11-gallon stainless steel water tank, water accumulator. The large muffler for the single engine is plumbed out below the water line, so it's really quiet running engine. I can get easy access to everything on this side of the engine from here, including the filtration for the drinking water. And from the other side, I get plenty of access to the generator, and we'll show you that here in a minute. The through hulls here are all Mylar, so no bonding is necessary. You don't have to worry about bonding wires going bad. And all of the through hulls are basically right here, 3 on this side and 3 on the other side. Very easy to get to all the underwater fittings. This engine is a 2003 Cummins 6BTA Diamond Series engine. These are the workhorses of the industry, really. You see more of these on trawlers, I think, than any others. It's recently had the cooling system gone through, heat exchanger taken apart. All of that service was done last year. The current owner has only put 100 hours on it. Little use is the reason he's selling. But he has kept up with the oil changes and the regular maintenance of the engine, and you can see all the hoses, clamps, everything looks in great shape. I don't expect any trouble on survey with this engine. She's got about 3,600 hours, so not too much for this engine. It's got dual Raycor filters on the back wall of the engine room, so you can change one if you need to underway. And a reverso oil changing system to make oil changes easy. There's the soundproofing in this boat is thicker than we've seen on even much larger boats. So really good sound deadening. It's a quiet boat under power, even when you're standing in the pilot house just above the engines. Everything on this boat was extremely well built, and if you know American tugs, you probably already know that. So I'm going to climb out of here, and we'll get a look at the other side of the engine room. So now we're on the port side of the engine room. Here on my right side, the Onan 5 kW genset in a good location, easy to get to. You can see it's easy to get inside. It's got its own soundproof cover. And everything is, again, really easy to get to here. On my left side here, the reverso oil changing system. You can change the generator, the gear oil, or the engine oil in forward or reverse. So you can add oil, take oil out. Again, on this side of the engine, I have access to the oil filters and whatnot here. So pretty decent engine room for a 34-foot boat. Not too bad to get in and out of. So that's a look around Belle Meade, 2003 American Tug 34. American tugs were built in Washington. They debuted in 2001 and have since become one of the most sought after tugs or trawlers on the market. This 2003 American tug is fitted with 6-cylinder Cummins 6BTA 370 horsepower engine, But she'll cruise 7.5 knots at about 1500 RPM while burning only 2.5 gallons an hour. At full speed, she gets up about 13, 14 knots, so she's a fast displacement boat. There's plenty of tankage on board, 150 gallons of water, over 300 gallons of fuel, a range of over 1,000 miles. For a 34-foot boat, it's roomy enough for a couple. Even with the fold-out couch, you could still entertain guests. So as far as a small boat, you have a lot of amenities on board. So the construction of the boat is a solid fiberglass hull. The decks are a Nita core, which is a honeycomb polymer coring, relatively new product. I'll put a link in the description because it's worth looking into. The honeycomb core is not only impervious to water, but it's extremely lightweight, and it resists the stress cracks and prevents any stress cracks that do happen from spreading. So it's really been a successful coring material, and very few boat builders until now have incorporated it into their system. I mentioned the cork flooring before. Again, unbelievably how durable. It still looks new after almost 12 years of age. So everything on the boat, the quality and the craftsmanship is well exhibited throughout the boat. As far as conditions of the vessel, this vessel stands above most or all the rest her age. I would compare her to vessels much newer. She was meticulously cared for by her previous owner and continued to do so by this owner. All of the things that did turn up in the survey last year were addressed, including removing all the bottom paint and a barrier coat and new bottom paint added. Heavy compounding, sealant, and wax to the hull and superstructure on the boat. Bilges are clean, immaculate in fact. American tugs are very sought after vessels. Ones in this shape are even more rare. I like to say the worst thing about an American tug, or the biggest negative about a boat like this, is trying to get your hands on one. Especially one in this shape. Really is in your favor if this is the type of vessel you're looking for to come and have a look at this one.